I literally cannot wait to watch Bill 2. Wait, I literally cannot wait to watch Kill Bill. I literally cannot wait to watch Kill Bill Volume 2.
Can't wait to get this fucking line right.
Live from the D&D studios in downtown Boston, it's showtime. Welcome to Hey, did you ever see that movie? I'm your host, Des, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely little co-host, Lynn.
Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids.
And joining us again, the podcaster with a degree in terror, Tony.
Hey, how you doing?
Tonight, we will be discussing the 2003 action thriller, Kill Bill Volume 1, written by Uma Thurman, Quentin Tarantino, Kazu Caminaro, and Kazu Koki, starring Uma Thurman, Lucy Liu, Vivica A. Fox, Michael Madsen, Daryl Hannah, David Carradine, Sonny Chiba, and Julia Dreyfus. As always, this podcast will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it, then come back and listen to the podcast. What are you laughing about?
Uma Thurman.
That was your biggest complaint out of all those names?
She's the fucking star. It's the bride. You can't fuck up the main Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman.
Sure. Thurman. I always thought it was Thurma, and then when I did my script, I was like, Thurman? Huh,
left tackle, Uma Thurman.
Lynn, run the trailer.
Not too long ago, I was quite the professional. My friends and I, we were the creme de la creme in an exclusive industry. And we all worked for this man, Bill. Then one day, I decided to leave, settle down, and start a new life. But when I tried to get out, they did me in.
Don't you ever wake up.
I guess they should have tried a little harder.
So I suppose it's a little late for an apology, huh?
You suppose correctly. Now it's kill or be killed.
You have every right to want to get even.
Get even? Even Steven?
I would have to kill you. That'd be about square.
And I choose kill.
Mommy, I'm home.
Hey, baby. How was school?
One ticket to Tokyo, please. One way.
That woman deserves her revenge. And we deserve to die.
No kidding, I heard it was kind of hard.
Silly Caucasian girl likes to play with samurai swords.
Yeah. Any more subordinates for me to kill?
Hi.
You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
For a second there? Yeah, I kind of did.
Silly rabbit.
Hard part's over.
All right, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment if you're listening on YouTube or Spotify. And if you're listening on Apple, please leave a 5-star review. It helps. If you would like to help support the show, head over to our merch store at vvr.printify.me and grab a Hey, Did You Ever See That Movie t-shirt or a coffee mug. And Tony, I am wearing the t-shirt tonight, as you can see.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, it's sharp. These are sharp duds. You're gonna want to go out and get it. It's a badass design, ripping off the Reservoir Dogs poster, so you're not gonna go wrong with that. Let's do some opening thoughts on this one. So Kill Bill Volume 1. Unbelievably, as somebody who trains in MMA and somebody that loves Quentin Tarantino and thought that he had seen all of his movies multiple times, I was shocked to realize I have never seen Kill Bill Volume 1 or Volume 2 ever. And not only had I never seen them, I knew nothing about these movies.
How did that even happen?
I honestly don't know. Like, I just don't know. It's just a mystery of the universe.
It's like someone not seeing Star Wars, man.
Yeah, no, it is. After watching it, it is 100% like not seeing Star Wars. I don't know how this one slipped my attention. I don't know. But the question is, did I like it? We're gonna find out. Tony, had you ever seen Kill Bill Volume 1?
Yes. I actually took the day off the day it came out. I remember exactly what was going on when I went and saw it. It was so good. Huge. I mean, back in 92, 93, went through huge. Basically, the day after I saw Rumble in the Bronx with Jackie Chan, I needed every single Hong Kong, stunty, Asian, spy, stunty, kung fu, everything. I went on an overdose. I had Jackie Chan, Jet Li, every single John Woo movie. I know that doesn't go along with the sword play, but it was my way. It was my gateway into it. And then I went back to the choppy saki. I went back to the Baby Carts, went back to the Shogun Assassins, all of them. And I'm huge into these movies.
What about Enter the Dragon?
See, to me, Enter the Dragon's on a whole different level because it's Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee is just, I don't know why I classify him as such a high end above Sonny Chiba Street Fighter, higher than Gordon Liu, higher than all. Those are the guys that did like the 42nd Street, grindhousey kind of, the Shaw Brothers stuff. Whereas to me, Bruce Lee, that's a Hollywood star. Enter the Dragon, Return of the Dragon, all of those are just on a whole different level.
Agreed. Delin, I know you've seen it. How many times?
This is probably like my 15th or 16th viewing. It's one of those ones that if I catch it, I leave it on. I just really love it.
There you go. And I did not. We are going to do Kill Bill Volume 2 for our next movie with Tony in 2 weeks or whenever it is.
It's about a month away.
So it's our next one with him anyway. And I still have not seen that one. I'm saving it for the review. So there you go.
Cool.
Box office, with a box office budget of $30 million and a box office gross of $180 million, this was considered a huge success for the studio, leading to a part 2, as you know. So there you go. Let's do a quick Fast Five today. Fast Five. So I'm glad, Tony, that you are versed in the martial arts and fight movie genre, because that is going to come into play here as we are doing Action Star Showdown. Who's winning the fight in their prime?
Nice.
Who's winning the fight in their prime? Number 1, Jet Li or Bruce Lee? Tony, who's winning that fight in their prime?
Oh, in their prime, Bruce Lee. I'm sorry, Bruce Lee is just, he trained everybody. If anyone knows kung fu from when he was in his late teens forward, they were trained by somebody who trained under him.
Yeah,
in my
yeah, there you go. Delin.
Oh, Bruce Lee is the king.
Okay, I want to say Bruce Lee because Bruce Lee is the OG, but in my mind, when I try and visualize this fight, oh man, Jet Li is so quick.
That's because you're a Lethal Weapon 4 mark. You're Lethal Weapon 4.
I am. All right,
such a whore for that movie.
All right, listen. The correct answer is Bruce Lee, because it's fucking Bruce Lee. But I think Jet Li gives him a good fight.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, number 2, Van Damme or Wesley Snipes. Tony.
Always bet on black. Wesley Snipes, black? Without a doubt.
Delin.
I think I'm going to have to go Wesley Snipes.
So I remember back when Van Damme got into it with, I think it was Chuck Zito, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And Chuck Zito got the best of him, whooped his ass right there in the fucking bar. So I think we have to go with Wesley Snipes here. All those spin kicks and splits and that rock hard ass didn't do him any good in that bar fight. So the correct answer is Wesley Snipes. Number 3, Chuck Norris or Steven Seagal. Tony, which one is winning in their prime?
Oh my God, Chuck Norris, without a doubt. He's Chuck Norris. I mean, he has the legend for a reason, and Steven Seagal just got fat and weird. So you can't.
Lynn, which one?
I gotta agree. It's Chuck Norris.
Of course it's Chuck Norris. Steven Seagal did fake karate, okay? He was like one of those masters that's like the no-touch master. Like they come at him and he goes, oh, puts his hands forward and they fall down. And then he takes on like a real guy and gets his ass whipped. Fuck Steven Seagal. He's got spray paint for hair. Okay, number 4, David Carradine or Pat Mariota.
Ooh.
Yes, Tony. Which one in their prime?
Okay, well, first of all, he doesn't play for the Jets. He's not Pat Mariota. He's Pat Morita.
Sure.
I knew it was going anyway. Miyagi versus, that's a hard one, versus Kane. I got to go Kane. As much as I want Miyagi to kick his ass, it's like Kane's got some miles on him. He's walked the earth.
Dylan, which one's going to win that fight?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Pat Morita just because I have to.
Listen, Okinawan karate beats Tai Chi every single time. So the correct answer is Pat Mariota.
And he also caught a touchdown.
That's right. And finally, we're going to go for a couple of street fighters here, okay? We're just going to go for just raw guts and glory. So, Tony, who wins in their prime? Clint Eastwood or Charles Bronson? They take off. They're in T-shirts. They're in jeans. It's 1976.
It's any which way but loose.
Yes.
Clint Eastwood.
Yes, and I know
love those movies.
And there's one with Charles Bronson where he's a street fighter as well. I can't remember the name of the movie, but
I gotta go. I'm going Bronson. With that face, you could punch him 100 times, you wouldn't even know you hurt him. He just looks the same.
Can I pick choice C and pick Steve McQueen?
Steve McQueen does not beat either one of these guys. So
I think so.
He doesn't. Wrong choice. So
okay.
Pick one of the two I gave you.
I'll go with Clint Eastwood.
Clint
Eastwood.
She's going with Clint Eastwood. And the correct answer is Eastwood has the reach. I think he pieces him up with the jab.
Yeah, he's got a fucking orangutan. How do you say no to that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Eastwood has the reach. He's going to piece him up with the jab. And then if he gets hurt, Clyde jumps in and eats Charles' face. So there you go. Clint Eastwood. So there you go. There's your Fast Five. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Lynn, let me give you a synopsis of Kill Bill Volume 1.
Oh, if you would.
Well, I will. After awaking from a 4-year coma, a former assassin wreaks vengeance on the team of assassins who betrayed her. There you go.
All right, buckle up. Before the credits, we learn that the film is about the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad, which has 5 members. A quotation reads, "Revenge is a dish best served cold," attributed to an old Klingon proverb. In black and white, a gasping, blood-covered bride looks up from a chapel floor. A hand wipes her face using a handkerchief with the name Bill in the corner, while a male voice explains that what he's about to do is not sadistic, but masochistic. Just before he shoots her in the head, the bride tells Bill that the baby she carries is his. A gunshot is heard, and the opening credits begin, backed by the song Bang Bang by Nancy Sinatra. As the credits roll, the bride can be seen laying in the hospital bed in profile. Chapter 1, Number 2. Pasadena. The bride drives up in a yellow and red pickup truck. She approaches the tidy suburban home and rings the bell. A woman answers the door, and we get our first taste of a flashback to the day she was attacked in the church, including this really cool siren noise. Vernita Green is one of her attackers and a member of the Deadly Viper Assassin Squad, codenamed Copperhead. The bride attacks, and a savage fight follows. The fight pauses when a school bus stops outside and a little girl walks through the door. Both women hide their knives and pretend nothing is amiss despite the wreckage around them. They both reassure the child, Nikki. The bride mentions that she used to have a girl who would be the same age. Vernita sends the girl to her room, and then she offers the bride coffee. The bride makes clear that she's here for revenge, but promises not to kill Vernita in front of her child. They plan a fight later, but when Vernita is preparing cereal for Nikki, she fires a concealed gun at the bride. She misses and the bride kills her with a thrown knife. The child walks in and is a witness to her mother's death. The bride apologizes, but explains that her mother had it coming. She tells Nikki that if when she grows up she can't get past it, she should come and find her and she'll be waiting. She returns to the pickup, which is emblazoned with the words Pussy Wagon, and crosses Vernita's name off the list called Death List 5 and drives away. So first of all, in your first scene, you can tell that Bill is a fucking gaslighting manipulator. This sadistic masochist. Who fucking cares? You're going to beat the shit out of her and shoot her in the head. Like, fuck you. We're going to talk about all the derivative Easter eggs and scenes as we go through the movie, but I'd like to talk about how on the nose the Nancy Sinatra cover of a Sonny and Cher song is. Bang, bang, my baby shot me down. It's perfect. The music choices are so deliberate through this entire movie. It's perfect. There's no filler. I find that it was interesting that Vernita is allowed to leave and have a life that the bride is denied. I assume it's because Bill felt ownership over the bride as they were lovers, but maybe since he didn't have the same kind of relationship with Vernita, it's not seen as a betrayal. But I still thought it was super fucking hypocritical. So quick fun fact about the Pussy Wagon. Tarantino drove it around California for months, and he didn't stop driving it until it became too bothersome because everyone always knew it was him. And the pickup has been used in Missy Elliott videos and the music video for Telephone featuring Lady Gaga and Beyonce.
Nice. So we did on our sister podcast, Violent Vinyl Radio. If you like hair metal and shit, go check that out. It's a great show. But we do a segment in that. It's, should they have made it? And, we take some unknown band that never got a record deal and we listen to one of their songs and we decide if they should have made it or not. And we had done a band called Lethal Lipstick last week. And their song, the chorus was, bang, bang, shot down without love. And I said, no way, this band shouldn't have made it because I cannot take a chorus seriously that has bang, bang, especially right next to each other in a chorus. I said, it's just not happening. And then I heard this, and I'm like, this is the exception, not the rule. Bang, bang is fine in this song, but this is the only time. What?
Bang, bang from fucking Danger, Danger.
Yeah, exactly. You just made my point. Danger, Danger.
It's awesome. I love that album.
Oh my God. Yuck. Okay.
This is why I need to be on the other.
Yeah, I need to be on the other podcast. That's so funny. All right. As for the movie, so this is by far probably the most beautiful movie I've ever seen from every standpoint. The soundtrack, the sound effects, the different stylistic shots we're gonna get. We're going to get some anime, which we'll get to. And it all starts with this very, very opening. And I'm talking before we even get the flashback scene or anything, when it just comes in and we're getting the studio,
the Shaw Brothers thing. Yeah.
It's done in old time film fucking
Shaw Brothers. Yeah.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
The feature presentation thing.
Yes, we're like early 70s. It's setting such a mood for me. It's beautiful. I absolutely loved it. Then we get the flashback opening scene, which is on brand for Tarantino. He does this all the time. And this one is exceptionally good. It's amazing. It's black and white. It's Uma Thurman fucking acting her ass off, beat down. We're hearing David Carradine. It's amazing. We don't see him. They give us enough of him just so we know who he is going forward. We see the rings on his fingers. We understand who he is when we see these hands again in the movie. It's so fucking good. Chapter 1. We get this shot of the bride pulling up in front of a house, okay? And this is really, like I said, it's my first view of this movie. We're coming out of a black and white scene. And what I noticed right away after coming out of the black and white opening scene is this one is jammed. And I mean, intentionally jammed with every color of the rainbow. He's got toys in the yard. He's got lawn gnomes. He's got a house painted strange colors, the pussy wagon, the interior of the pussy wagon. I mean, everything is, you know what this is? Okay. So Tony, this is stolen from the Wizard of Oz. Am I right?
Oh,
like we get the scene with Dorothy, it's all black and white, that brown sepia. She lands in Oz, the color kicks in, boom, we're there. That's what I got.
No. I mean, you both nailed every point that could have gone to this point. This entire movie is one big tribute. I mean, he's been accused of it before. Whether you want to, You love him or hate him for it.
Love
He
him.
wears every influence, not even on his sleeve. He dresses himself in every influences he has. The good thing for me is that I love those influences too. So I love everything this man does. I don't want to because I don't like him. I don't like who he is and how he is, but he steals enough from the right places and gets it right.
He gets it right.
I worked in a video store for years, so I love the old stuff. I love the new stuff. I loved 42nd Street. I love grindhouse films. That's my wheelhouse. For this movie to start with the old Shaw's brother and the stained, not the stained window, but the opaque window. It's like, oh my God, he really pulled that from there. It's like he gets it. He does understand what the audience he's going for. Thank God the world jumped on this bandwagon because it's such a killer movie. But it is every 1976 to 1983 sword and swordplay movie put into one. And it's just over the top, the high blood pressure, blood spurts, everything. I know we're not there yet, but yes. Going from black and white to color, there's totally everything will always be compared to the Wizard of Oz, but he intentionally did it. He went completely technicolor,
Yes.
everything vibrant, everything daytime. Whereas literally a minute before was dusty, grimy, shadows, opaques, grays, but the blood was black. It's like everything was a shade of black. You can't even go gray. Everything was a shade of black.
Yeah.
And to jump right into that was such a great jump to jump start to the movie. And again, it puts you right in the middle of action. It literally opens the door and a fight starts. You have no idea why. You have no idea who. You can only assume. But again, fuck it. I'm on the ride. I'm like two women like with knife fights and it wasn't a clean fight. It was I'm going to grab a leg of a table. I'm going to throw you into this piece of furniture. I'm going to throw you. It was a street fight, and they were pulling it off. It's like there's nothing worse than a choreographed street fight that wants to look mean and dirty that just doesn't do it right. They did it right. It was just every crunch of like when she hits her in the knee with the fucking table leg, it's like,
oh yeah,
you wince because like as you said, Des, sound design on this was fucking spot on. Every crash, every gunshot, every slice, every whoosh, whoosh, whoosh of the knife going back and forth. They over exaggerated everything the same way they did in the 70s, and it worked completely perfect.
Everything about this movie stimulated my mind and kept me fully engaged, from the overuse of sound, overuse of music. When I say overuse, I just mean senses overload is what I mean.
Yeah. So Tony brought up how Quentin Tarantino sometimes opens his mouth and says stupid stuff. And for somebody who is so derivative in his work, we're talking blaxploitation films, we're talking the sword films, we're talking old westerns. He definitely says a lot of smack about like, oh, the Hunger Games are just ripping off Battle Royale. Well, I get it, but it's like at this point, a lot of shit's been done. Like, let it go and just enjoy it for what it is. And I feel that for somebody that's as derivative as he should, maybe he shouldn't be throwing rocks.
Definitely. When you could literally take every scene and go, that was from that movie, that was from that movie, that was from that movie. So
yeah. Literally, I watched a video earlier today that was exactly that. It was showing like this fight was like this and this fight was like this. And I was like, oh yeah, it looks just like that. So, but I mean, I have no problem with that because his movie is a love letter to those things. So exactly. I'm not complaining.
Nope.
So when we were getting ready to do this, I was talking to one of our old co-hosts, Pat, about it. And I had asked him, you ever see this movie? And he said, no. And he's really into action movies. And I was surprised. I'm like, why not? And he's like, sometimes I just have trouble with action movies where the action hero was a woman. He goes, sometimes it's just a little hard to sell it, the way it is with a guy. Cause, whether that's a good point of view or not, it's just his point of view. He likes his action stars buff and kicking ass. Right. So I get it. But that's going to bring me to my next point. So next we meet Vernetta Green, and with one quick flashback set to this like 60s Batman music that they're going to use every time we're getting ready to set up for some ass whooping, right? I loved it. I understood exactly what was going on. This is such over-the-top stylistic perfection, and that is what I expect from Tarantino, and he's not letting me down here. And going to that point I was just talking about Pat, not getting it. So I said, listen, let me just show you a fight scene. So I brought it up on YouTube and he was like, damn, I need to see this. So this fight, these two actresses sell this idea of two high-level assassins fighting to the death with perfection. I don't think for 1 second that these two women don't know martial arts, that these two women aren't like lifelong, practitioners in some sort of martial art. I mean, they fucking sell it. Like Tony said, this is one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them. They sell this shit lock, stock, and barrel. It is a great fucking scene. We're going to get this exposition between Vernetta and the bride explaining the basics of their beef, before the bride ultimately kills Vernetta and offers an apology wrapped in a future challenge to her daughter, which I thought was so interesting. It's so cold, but it's so caring all at the same time. She knows she's fucked this girl's life up forever. This girl's seen stuff that's going to send her to every therapist in the valley. There's no fixing this child after this. Her mother is literally stapled to a cabinet with a fucking butcher knife. It's a bad scene, right?
Wasn't this supposed to be Kill Bill 3? Was that what initially the thought was?
It was her against the daughters basically taking over. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the best 15 minutes of film I've ever seen. It's from Kill Bill, in black and white, to this moment where she staples Vernetta to the cabinet and then, says to the kid, challenge is down. If you want to come find me, I'll be there. Kid's probably like, I don't think so. I do have to point out that as high level as these assassins are, I feel like Vernetta wouldn't have missed that shot. I know it's a spin around. It's fast. It's the heat of the moment. She's fucking 5 feet away. And this is apparently like a marksman expert.
No, she's the one with the knife.
I know,
but she's a knife expert.
She's fucking assassin. She knows how to shoot a pistol.
She was shooting through a cereal box. Those little pieces of cereal throw the trajectory completely off.
Not to mention, as she's gripping the thing, there's probably cereal on her hands. Like, she's not getting a good grip on the gun.
Listen, guys, here's the deal. I'm not going to bag on the movie, just like I'm not going to bag on the movie where 300 assassins don't just bum rush fucking the bride. But we'll get there. All I'm saying is high-level assassins should be able to make the shot from 4.5 feet away.
It was a divine intervention. We saw that in Jules in Pulp Fiction. She's
Tony.
I'm
glad you said that because I am going to get to this point later in this movie. There is magic, the Force, whatever you want to call it. There is stuff going on in this movie that goes beyond just natural.
It's the Tarantino universe connection. They all are connected.
Okay. Well, it's also connected to Star Wars and some other things, but we'll get there. And finally,
can't wait.
And finally, we see the hit list, which shows she's already killed Cottonmouth. Now, I've never seen this movie and knowing literally nothing about it. And it started out of order, right? And I know exactly what's going on here. Tarantino is a master of this style of script writing. And so far, it's perfect. Like, we've watched other movies, Magnolia. We've watched other movies that have skipped back and forth. Not that I recall if that one did or not, but I've seen this done before where I'm struggling to follow the story, where I'm struggling so hard to follow the story in the timeline that I'm not enjoying the movie because I'm paying too much attention to what's going on. Where this one and all of Tarantino's movies, I'm able to just sit back and watch the movie and enjoy it, and it's making sense, and I'm following with it without it being a struggle. And I appreciate that.
I agree with that. I have a problem with Tarantino's movies sometimes where he gets a little too over talky, and I do bring that up again later in my notes. But for the most part, this movie fucking flies, and I don't have any trouble keeping up with the timeline. I don't get confused ever. Not even the first time I saw it. I knew exactly where we were all the time.
Yeah, and he keeps all the timeline jumps very close. Like, even when he jumps 4 years, it's only 4 years and 6 months, right? So you're able to keep everything like in order where it should be. Like, she gets out of the hospital, you're like, all right, so this is, she's now got this amount of time to get to here. I know when she got out of the hospital. It's all really tightly written. It's very, very good.
Chapter 2, The Blood-Spattered Bride. 4 years earlier, in an El Paso wedding chapel, police are investigating a mass murder. The sheriff drives up and is told that there's an execution-style massacre leaving 9 bodies. The bride is discovered to still be alive, and she is taken to a hospital where she lies in a coma. Later, during a rainstorm, a blonde woman walks through the hospital whistling a tune. She changes into a nurse's uniform and carries a syringe to the bride's room. A title identifies her as Elle Driver of the Deadly Vipers, codename California Mountain Snake. She stands over the comatose bride, preparing to inject the contents of the syringe into the bride's IV line when her phone rings. It's Bill, who orders her to abort the mission in view of the bride's survival of their previous efforts to assassinate her. Elle is furious but does as she is ordered and leaves. 4 years later, the bride is still in a coma until a random mosquito bite wakes her. She's overwhelmed and distraught by the loss of her baby and what she assumes has been years of her life. When she hears approaching footsteps, she lies back and pretends to still be in a coma. An orderly named Buck enters, accompanied by a large truck driver. The orderly explains that for $75, this attractive woman is available for whatever the trucker wants. The orderly leaves and the man climbs on top of the bride. As he starts to kiss her, she bites down on his lower lip and severs it. He's left unconscious or dead. The bride tries to get out of bed, but collapses as her legs are atrophied. When she hears the orderly returning, she picks up a knife and crawls behind the door. He enters and stands aghast at the carnage and the empty bed. She slashes his Achilles heel and he falls to the floor. Then, slamming his head in the door, she demands to know where Bill is. She reads the name Buck on his name tag, which triggers memories of his earlier assaults on her. She gives him a couple more violent blows with the door, then searches him for his car keys. The key fob says Pussy Wagon in a distinctive pink script. In a wheelchair, she finds the Pussy Wagon and climbs into the back seat. As she wills her body to do her bidding, she recalls Oren Ishii's past. I don't think that there's adequate words for me to describe how horrific I find the business in the hospital to be. But I am going to ignore how, number one, no one would have hired this lunatic with a pussy wagon truck to work in a hospital around comatose patients, because his coworkers have obviously seen this thing in the garage. And number two, after finding 2 dead men and a missing patient, no one looks for Buck's truck that is so really obvious. It makes no sense, but I don't care. Also, had Daryl Hannah ever looked better or more cool? Like, she looks amazing. The details on that drawn-on raincoat, the patch with the red cross on it, super iconic. Loved it.
Yeah, no, I agree. She looked fucking amazing in this. So we go back 4 years and 6 months, right? We're going to get this scene at the church where Tarantino is going to expand on the opening scene with Bill talking to and ultimately shooting the bride in the head. The way he is slowly unraveling this is absolutely brilliant. He's giving us a little more of each scene as we need to see it. It's, I mean, Tony, it's amazing.
It's just awesome. I love that Michael Park shows up as the sheriff with his, real life son. It's just, he's good in everything. I mean, again, this movie is just full of those character actors that Tarantino loves to pull back out of obscurity and just give them a new career. I mean, no one has seen the movie Tusk, but it's insane. Red State, another one, Kevin Smith's movie, Red State. Michael Parks plays a cult leader. Phenomenal role. We'll talk about that later. But just Michael Park literally laying out what's in front of us. So we actually hear someone who's an old Texas cop, seen everything, been around forever. And even he's disgusted by what he sees. It adds another layer of, this is how awful this thing that we have in front of us, in case you can't see. Because the thing is, Tarantino doesn't give you the massacre view. He doesn't show it to you during this part. You don't even see the blood. You just see the bride's face and how badly she's beaten.
Right.
But we know there's how many people? 9 people massacred execution style. You know this has been a fucked up scene.
Yeah.
So it was good to have them going back and forth matter-of-factly, but still relaying this god-awful information. And that's cut right before god-awful character of a serial rapist as your caretaker. Like, that's awful.
But Tony, the way he's going to give you the last 10 minutes of the scene in the beginning of the movie. Then he's going to give you, like the middle part here, another 10 minutes of it. The police find the bodies. Then he's going to give us some more in a flashback later where we're going to see the actual assault. It's just so neat the way he's giving us this whole scene, but not all at once.
Just the parts you need, right?
Just the parts you need.
And going back to what you said, the detail I didn't realize on even the first few viewings, I didn't realize her buttons and her belt were drawn onto her dress.
Yes.
Daryl Hannah. I thought that was such a great little
cool
fashion thing that And again, the two things that Tarantino, the man's got impeccable Scorsese-like choices in the soundtrack. We've already addressed that. But he dresses his characters so well. Like the costume design in this movie.
Oh,
so much style.
It's derivative, but yet fashion derivative, but honoring
Yes.
at the same time. Every influence it comes from. Yeah. So the nurse's outfit, Go-Go's outfit. I mean, we know where all these originally came from.
Go-Go.
I mean, she starred in Battle Royale. He had to put her
Yes.
in that outfit, so you kind of knew where she was from. He loves that movie so much, he had to actually do it. But yeah, just everything. I sat the last time, I mean, like I said, I didn't watch it this time for our review because I've seen it so many times. But the last time I was watching it, I was looking for reasons to not like it. I sat for I did the 4.5 hours in the theater. I did the whole bloody affair. And I just sat there going, all right, what's going to bother me about this movie? Because I've seen it so many. I know what I love about it, but what bothers me? And it's so hard to pick up things. You're literally just nitpicking,
Right?
Because these big set pieces don't work. They don't not work. Everything he does works for a reason. He gives you why it works. And even the deleted scenes that I've seen that he's cut out, I want back in because they add a little bit of flavor that if it was in there would have made it chef's kiss. It would have made it perfect.
There is a scene that's going to come up that I'm on the fence with, and we'll talk about it. But next we get this hospital scene. So it starts off with this split screen. We're going to get two scenes in one. We're going to get, Copperhead walking down the hall. We're going to get, what's going on in the room. This is so 70s made for TV style.
Well, it's the De Palma shot. It's totally the Brian De Palma shot.
Oh, I couldn't have loved it anymore, man. This movie was just giving me the nostalgia for the 70s. I was born in 1970. So, 10 years old, I'm watching this stuff. 9, 7, I'm watching this with my grandfather. We're watching all these shows, and this all just felt so familiar to me and done so well. There were moments when I didn't even feel like it was a tip of the hat. I just felt like I was watching something from the 70s. It was so great. Now, Tarantino introduces the character as California Mountain Snake of the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad, right? Now, I love this because I can now assume that the bride and Vivica were part of this squad and shit went sideways for the bride. I can also assume, going back to the 70s, early 80s, that Bill is like Charlie from Charlie's Angels. He is the mysterious man behind the deadly women of, Charlie's Angels Assassination Squad, right? We're not going to see his fucking face, but we're going to hear his voice. He's going to be giving out the commands from his little fucking, speaker on the desk, which is so great. He's in the office and the three angels are sitting outside the office like, all right, angels. It's like, why don't you just come out and we'll talk, But anyway, so we get a little more of the plot through a phone call between Copperhead and Bill, where we learn Bill has a scrap of honor and a sliver of respect for the bride. This is all so brilliant. It is blowing my mind. I've never seen this, and I just can't believe it. And it's such a well-written, tight script, and it's just really working.
I think that was what it was. I mean, it's hard not. Anyone who grew up in the 70s automatically put the two and two together.
But he's like a sadistic Charlie. He's not like
it's the bad version of it. It's like, because think about it, Charlie's Angels could have gone this way. It just depends who they were sent after.
Sure.
Were they sent after government officials or were they sent after bad guys?
Right.
If they were sent after government officials, right? And the fact that it came out of Pulp Fiction, it came out of Uma Thurman's, Fox Force 5
so cool.
monologue, which is so fun that they actually did this.
Yeah.
So is this movie the pilot that we never saw in Pulp Fiction? Like if John Travolta sat down on the couch and said, all right, let me see your pilot, is this what he would have seen?
Yeah. I think that this was the start of it at the very least. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's so neat. It's so neat the way they intertwine. And we're going to get some more things that are not directly connected to Pulp Fiction, but definitely have the fucking aroma. So now we're going to jump forward 4 years, okay? With this absolutely amazing sequence, starting with a mosquito, right? This is such a beautiful scene to me. It starts with this mosquito and ends with the bullet firing from the chamber. Oh, it's masterwork. Like this is 5 seconds of film that I was taken aback by. It really was. And finally, we get this gut-wrenching scene of the bride realizing she's lost her child. And then she realizes she's been pimped out by a psychopathic rapist hospital worker, which in my opinion, I was saying to Dylan, this is almost more terrifying. You wake up to hear this and you're like, oh my God, I'm a sex doll. Like, what the fuck? And the shit this guy's saying, go ahead, Commoner, all you want. Like, oh my God.
Her plumbing don't work anyway.
The whole fucking town is like, every trucker that's come through town, like, oh my God. This scene reminded me obviously of Zed getting getting his coming up.
Comeuppance.
Right. So this sign reminded me of Zed getting his comeuppance in Pulp Fiction. And, watching this asshole pay his karma bill was so satisfying to me. And the pussy wagon, this reminded me of Zed's motorcycle Grace. I mean, you can't help but to make comparisons between this. We're going to get a psycho rapist, doing the most horrible things to people when they're completely helpless. We're going to get the very easy to recognize, vehicle, pimp wagon Grace. Now, my only complaint here is I wish she had cut off the orderly's dick while he was still alive and made him choke on it to death. Something like that. I mean, I wanted that ultra violence here. I did. I wanted him to pay like the way Zed paid.
I mean, he deserved it.
I'm going to get a couple of hard-hitting boys down here, and we're going to get medieval on this guy's ass. And he's sitting there bleeding to death with his dick blown off. And, he's talking about blow torches and fucking, like, needle-nose pliers. And you're like, I'm just thinking, wow, this guy is going to suffer. He's like, we'll bring a doctor in. We're going to keep this guy alive for a few days. Like, oh, no. Like, oh, no. Zed, you're fucked, It's just, and at the end of the scene, Uma Thurman gets into the pussy wagon, and I'm going to use her actress name because it's important here. So Uma Thurman's going to get into the pussy wagon, and she's trying to will her feet to work. And all I could think about was, holy shit, her feet are fucking jacked up. Like if I went in to come in her for $75 or whatever the orderly was charging, I would have looked at the feet and been like 25. That's what I got to spend.
Wow.
The feet were bad though, in all seriousness.
It's a Tarantino thing. He loves his feet, and the uglier the better, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, we get another shot. We get a shot of Sophie Fatale's feet later too.
Much better. Much better. Those feet were lickable.
Oh God.
Again, the things he pulls. It's my name is Buck and I'm here to fuck. That's pretty much almost, word for word pulled out of Eaten Alive from 1974, which is funny because Robert Englund actually says the line.
Oh, right.
But would you have liked to have seen more ultra violence in the
No,
payback?
because I think, and I'm sorry, but anyone who watched this, as soon as she pulls the knife out and you realize what she's going after, everybody does the, oh,
that was great.
Because no one likes Achilles being touched. And when she slashes them both and he goes down, everybody does the, because everybody knows how awful that is. And then by the third slam, you're cheering her on. You just keep, please stop doing that. It's like, it's funny because he deserves it. And then she takes his sunglasses, which are the Elvis sunglasses.
Love them.
Which I think is great because, again, let's tie them all together. Clarence in True Romance wears the same sunglasses.
Yep.
Just saying.
I was going to say, and all the sunglasses lined up on the sheriff's dashboard too.
All different colors. Yep.
Yeah, straight out of another movie.
Yes, his different moods, his different, personas when he puts this pair on or that pair on. It's so deep.
But no, I think the amount of violence was good enough for that. I don't know much about the medical, conditions of comas and everything, but I can't imagine you get your legs back within 9 hours after 4 years, no matter how much they've worked you. But then again, she's the bride and she's got revenge on her mind. So who knows? I went with it. I'm happy about it. I'm not going to bitch about it.
She is a Jedi Knight and she possesses the Force, so she was able to will her feet back to use quicker. No, in my
your big toe.
I just couldn't. The punishment did not match the crime in this case. I really wanted to see at the very least like that pocket knife of his ass while he was alive, or just something. I needed to see him suffer more.
Well, see, that's the thing is I think we got the impression of all. I mean, when you think about the whole crew, you got Elle Driver. We know she's vicious. We know she's cold. She would have killed a bride in her sleep. We know she's a bitch. we already got the history from about Vernita Green, that she was great with a knife. We eventually hear the whole history of how vicious Oranishi is. But we never hear what the bride's done. The bride was the star student. The bride was Bill's number one. How vicious were her kills? How vicious were her assassinations?
Right.
To be his right hand, she had to be the most vicious of them all. And we don't hear a thing about it. And we actually root for her and we love her. Like you don't villainize somebody. What's the opposite of that? You heroize them? I don't know.
Heroize.
Heroize. I like that.
Canonize, because they're like a saint.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's a terrible person. Just because she got, as the woman said, you find out in the sequel, just because you got pregnant doesn't make me give a shit about you. Just because you got knocked up, why should that matter? You're still a terrible person who's probably killed hundreds of people in really, really terrible ways. Left a bunch of kids orphans, left a bunch of wives, widowed. You're a terrible person.
Right.
But we like her because we like her better than Bill.
Right. I mean, so again, there's no holes in this movie and I love everything, but my point here is to point things out, right? I have to point things out. Vanetta Green, she gives the bride all she can handle in hand-to-hand combat. I mean, to see her struggle that much with Vanetta and then to go through, 100 henchmen without
those were first. Remember,
the
Oranishi and that whole crazy idiot came first time-wise. Vernita was number 2. She already crossed out Oranishi, so she's suffering from jet lag. She's suffering from coming back from Japan.
She has a cut on her back.
Okay, sure. Okay, jet lag. I'm fine with that. No, I was. Listen, you need the fight scene. It's got to be that. It has to be that competitive for the scene to work and for the movie to work. I just, I have to compare apples to apples.
Chapter 3: The Origins of Oren Ishii. In anime format, the film follows Oren's development from the age of 9 when she witnessed the murder of her parents. She returns the favor by killing the Yakuza boss at 11, and by 20, she is a world-class assassin. Meanwhile, 13 hours have passed, and the bride has regained use of her legs, so she sets out on her revenge trail, and she flies to Okinawa. Chapter 4: The Man from Okinawa. The bride enters a Japanese sushi bar, and there's a scene where the bride feigns being an American tourist with only a vague understanding of Japanese. Things get serious when she tells the barkeeper that she's looking for him, Hattori Hanzo. She explains that she needs some Japanese steel to kill vermin. He shows her to his attic where he keeps an array of the katanas he has made. When she tries one out, he explains that they're not for sale, and he has sworn not to make any more instruments of death. She explains that her vermin is a former pupil of his, and he correctly guesses that she means Bill. He agrees to make her a sword, which will take a month. He suggests that the bride spends that time training. A month later, we see Hattori examining the new sword, which he believes is his finest work. He hands it to her in a small and solemn ceremony where he admits he broke his personal pact to not make any more swords. This part of the movie is a lull in between two big fight scenes, and it forms kind of like the emotional heart of Volume 1. You get a little bit of comedy with him jawing with what is the word I'm looking for? Like his assistant.
The waiter.
Yes, but this is somebody that is connected to her by Bill and his violent legacy. And then for Oren's backstory, there's a fan theory that the man in the white suit that kills her father is actually a young Bill. Now, Tarantino has said it's not him, despite him wearing very similar rings and the swords being very similar. But David Carradine has said that he thought it was Bill all along. So I guess as a fan, you get to choose which you believe.
I thought it was Bill too. I mean, they make a point of showing the hand with the ring and all that. It's Bill. Tarantino's fucking backpedaling.
Well, the whole bloody affair showed her killing that guy, and it's
I think it's Pretty Ricky or something like that.
Pretty Ricky, yeah. So I mean, it was a sleazy looking Chinese guy, but yeah, I could see why it would go that way. And honestly, I never even put that together. I hate to say I never put that together, but I didn't. The Hanzo part that has over the years of watching it over and over has turned into like everyone loves the crazy idiot fight scene.
Of course,
but I love the Hanzo scene. That is easily like the dialogue, the volleying back and forth of her playing stupid, him maybe kind of understanding it, but not like that. You can see they're feeling each other out. And then the waiter that comes out, he's just hysterical. It's like, you understand? It's like, he's so good. And when I went and saw this recently, I went with a buddy of mine and he just looked over during that party. He's like, when she comes up and he shows the swords and they have that sort of the eerie music, but it's like adoring. And she goes to touch it. She's like, oh, may I? it's like, not that I tear up during that scene, but it's like it has such emotional depth to it. And
Respectful.
he's like, what were you? He's like, I have to ask, what were you thinking about that? It's like, honestly, when I first saw the movie, her going up to that and being amazed by this wall of swords and death, it was exactly how I kind of felt when this movie came out. It's like everyone is finally seeing this collection of stuff that I've loved for so long. I've loved the sword and sword. I've loved the Hong Kong. Everything's about loyalty and respect and honor. And we finally have a movie that's so widespread by one of Hollywood's directors. This is going to be seen by so many people. That scene encapsulates exactly how I felt about this movie. It's like, I'm in love. I see this thing in front of me and I'm appreciating it for exactly what it is. And I get it. And now everyone else gets it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and it's a moment that's missing from a lot of Tarantino's movies. It got, like you said, it had heart. It slows down for a minute, but it doesn't slow down the pacing of the movie because it's so wildly entertaining and shot so well that it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So here we're gonna get the origin of O-Ren, which is delivered in the form of a brutal anime. I mean, for people that don't know, Delin is an anime, freak. Like, she loves her some fucking anime, right? And I was watching this going, man, I know she's loving this. I know she's loving this. It's really great. Over the top, super ultra violent, sprays of blood, beautiful animation. I don't know who did it, but it's really, really good. And again, this movie is packed with everything, every trick, but it doesn't feel cheap. By adding this sequence in, it's just like, wow, man. It's like getting a poo-poo platter. Like, everything is so delicious, and I wanted to try everything on the menu. Well, guess what? We got a little fucking anime, and it was done really well. And we're off to Okinawa. And it kicks off with this fun little scene we're talking about in the sushi bar. And it's all fun and games until she mentions Hattori Hanzo. And it's funny. We hear the guy in the back drop the bottle of sake that she's ordered. So that she's touched a nerve here. And the scene follow-up gets some exposition in the sword room that adds weight to the samurai sword she's going to receive. It also puts weight on her unseen villain, Bill, right? They are, like Tony said, just the mood, just the glances, the way they're looking at each other, the way they're speaking. These swords are fucking like next level. Bill is next level.
Just the fact that Hattori Hanzo will not say his name. He writes it in the window. He will not say it. He won't give it the power of saying it out loud.
Oh, and when he puts the dot over the eye and gives it the fucking Japanese, the slash. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's what I'm talking about. Like, Tarantino didn't miss a mark. This is Appetite for Destruction. This is a perfect album. Like, every note was perfect.
And then on top of it, she runs over and wipes it off immediately because she doesn't want the specter of Bill hanging over her as she lives in this room for the next month.
And that's what I'm saying. This is fucking Kaiser Sose, right? I mean, you don't even mention his name. This is the guy, that keeps your kids awake at night. This guy is going to steal your soul. He's the devil.
He's the John Wick Baba Yaga.
We called him Baba Yaga.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Exactly.
Chapter 5, Showdown at the House of Blue Leaves. The film returns to O-Ren and shows her as the newly elected head of the council of the Yakuza bosses. When one objects to her election on the grounds of her mixed-race origin, she immediately beheads him and warns the others never to mention her heritage in a negative way. We are introduced to O-Ren's lieutenants, her French-Japanese lawyer, Sophie Fatale, another of Bill's protégés, her teenage bodyguard, Gogo Yubari, sporting a plaid-skirted school uniform, and Johnny Moe, the head of her personal army, the Crazy 88. Also, it's interesting that he's wearing a Kato mask, just like Bruce Lee did. So that was interesting. Yeah. The bride flies into Tokyo and appears in yellow leathers and a helmet riding a yellow motorbike while O-Ren and her motorcade are headed for a restaurant. The bride spots Sophie in her car, and there's a flashback to Sophie calmly taking a call on her mobile while the bride and her party were being slaughtered. O-Ren and her immediate subordinates arrive at the restaurant and are ushered upstairs to a private dining room by the bowing owners. At the bar, the bride sits quietly and watches. Oren and her party are enjoying themselves when Oren senses something threatening. She throws a small knife through the paper wall, startling the bride, who is lurking near the private room. Oren sends Gogo to go look, but the bride has braced herself against the ceiling, and Gogo doesn't look up to see her. The bride enters the restroom, and while stripping off her leathers, hears the distinctive ring of Sophie's mobile. With Sophie in tow, the bride loudly announces her presence to Oren, which brings Oren and her party rushing out to the balcony. While they watch, she slashes off one of Sophie's arms, and pandemonium ensues as the diners and staff flee. Oren sends her underlings down to kill the bride, but all end up dead. The final defender is Gogo, who opposes the bride's sword with a ball and chain in a vicious fight, ending when the bride kills Gogo by embedding a broken nail-studded table leg into her temple. Before Oren and the bride can engage, the roar of motorbikes is heard and the crazy 88 pour in. The ensuing battle of one against many is a long, balletic, and bloody battle, but the bride is triumphant. She announces to the crazy 88 that they may leave, but they also must leave behind their severed limbs because they belong to her now. She orders Sophie to stay. Outside in the snow, the bride and Oren fight it out in a long and evenly matched sword fight. At the start of the fight, Oren casts doubt on the provenance of the bride's sword and chides her for being a silly white girl playing samurai. When the bride cuts her, Oren apologizes for insulting her. The bride then wins by slicing off the top of Oren's head. Before she dies, Oren remarks that the sword must really be a Hanzo. Later, the bride crosses Oren's name off of her list. She loads Sophie into a car and drives to a point where she can roll her down a snowy slope to a hospital. As the bride draws up her death list 5, we see Sophie talking to somebody whose face is not seen, but is clearly Bill. She tells Bill that under threat of having more limbs cut off, she told the bride everything that she knows and was kept alive just so she could tell Bill. She was told to warn Bill that they would all soon be dead. And Bill's final words to her, is she aware that her daughter is still alive? Okay, so I'm sorry I talked a lot, but where do I start? This is by far my most favorite scene in the 2 Kill Bill movies. It's so perfectly stylish. It's colorful. It's bombastic action. The bride is wearing Bruce Lee's Game of Death outfit. The bottom of her sneakers say, "Fuck you." Oren is dressed in perfect, flawless white. Gogo, like Tony said, is from Battle Royale. Outstanding work. The 5, 6, 7, 8s playing in the beginning of the fight, and then also in that super long shot that follows her in the bath. I mean, it's an unbroken shot. It's gorgeous. Is it derivative? Yeah, but he's clear that this is what he does, and I have no problem with that. I do feel like a trap that I said earlier, Tarantino falls into is too much talking. He never falls into this in this movie. There's so much talking, but the movie moves so fast, you never get bogged down in extraneous exposition that really goes nowhere, like Death Proof. I cannot step away from this scene without saying how the scene with her running down the length of the table and beheading the Yakuza boss in about 4 seconds is like a core memory for me. Well done, Lucy and Tarantino. It was an amazing scene.
Yeah, the steps she takes in that tiny little dress with the close-up of her feet, it's perfect.
It's right out of the Shogun Assassin stuff.
Love
like that's what they do. They show certain body parts, the jump, the hair, the sword, the slice. It's that I love that scene because it's got so many iconic Japanese Hong Kong actors in it. I mean, the guy who gets his head cut off is from Ichi the Killer.
Oh,
and
really?
He's one of those really famous guys. He's like small bit parts in a lot of big movies. So it's like seeing him and it's like, oh, and I joke with my son about this all the time because he's again into manga, and everything he watches, everybody just yells. And I love that everybody at the table talks like that, except for her. She's got the soft spoken. Now, if you ever bring into question, and it's like, but everyone else is like, you disgrace us. You do that. Yeah. So I love that scene. That's such a fun scene.
Yeah. So next we get this fun little narrated montage introducing us to Oren's posse. And, it ends in her beheading one of her own mafia bosses. And I was saying to myself, I think it's my belief that the boss knew he would die for calling her out, but his honor was worth death. Like, he didn't even want to live in this mafia world where this woman that, was part Caucasian was the leader, the boss. He's like, we've been in this mafia's been in our family for years. Our fathers were in this. Our grandfathers were in this. And this fucking bitch is the head boss. Fuck that. He knew what he was getting. He knew he was going to die right then and there, in my opinion. Tony, did you think he was just going to fucking call her a loser and then get served some dumplings?
I really thought he thought he would get away with being able to voice his opinion because she's basically saying, you have something to say. The mafia is different than Yakuza. Mafia, well, at least let me Hollywood mafia and Hollywood Yakuza are totally different. But in even like the Yakuza, you don't touch them. You can't even whisper their names without getting retribution. At least the Italian mafia is like, oh yeah, come on, we'll give you. And they'll sit down with you, and then they'll stab you in the throat when by the time dessert comes. These guys don't even get to the table. Like, so they're not used to anyone doing anything against them. So I really don't think he did. I figured he was just gonna be able to say his piece. They worked through something shit. And he would probably think he got the upper hand because it's what he's used to.
Yes, it would be a power shift. Be a power shift in his mind. He's getting ready to make a move on her job. Yeah.
He didn't think that would happen.
I did.
I mean, and I love when as we're going through everybody, we get Gogo's little how vicious she is.
Oh,
talking to a guy in the bar. The funny thing about this is, because I'm a geek and this is the stuff I know, is I downloaded the script like soon after, like as soon as it became available and came online. I downloaded the shooting script. This scene is actually Gogo's sister Yuki drowning her sorrows in a bar, hearing about Gogo was killed, and she killed the guy because she was so angry. She was going after the bride because again, in the whole bloody affair, we get an animated version, which is freaking terrible. But when it happens, if it was all chronological, when the bride comes out after killing Vernita Green,
the ice cream truck,
right before she gets in the pussy wagon, she's attacked by Yuki, who's looking for revenge against Gogo. And they have this battle over swing sets, through yards, through pools, all through people's backyards, until the bride finally gets the upper hand and kills her too. But that scene was actually filmed as Yuki hearing about Gogo's death, which I thought was really interesting that they put it in describing how vicious Gogo is.
Right.
I also like that they give us this little setup where she's so offended that her Caucasian, part of her heritage is being brought into question. And it's pretty much why she kills the guy. Never do that. Never talk about that. Never disrespect me for being part Caucasian. And then she's going to, we're going to get the call back later when she does it to the bride. And, she apologizes for it because she realizes, shit, I'm doing exactly what I just told someone else not to do. I thought that was very clever by Tarantino.
No, that actually is clever.
I don't know if it was the problem with the Caucasian part or the Chinese part.
Yeah, because she's a Chinese Japanese, but she was American, not Caucasian.
Right.
I think.
Right.
My Chinese American.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever it was, it still counts. She was being belittled.
She was being racist. She was being
racist.
She was being belittled for being a certain race. And then she turned around and she did it to the bride.
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought that was a really nice moment in that fight. Again, these are places that Tarantino doesn't, often go to, trying to, maybe twinkle the heartstrings a little bit, which he did do a couple of times here.
Oh, I mean, that's what it's all about. It's honor, loyalty, and respect. That's the Hong Kong way. That's what half the movies are about. You've disrespected my family. Now I have to set your whole farm on fire and kill all your animals. It's like,
But I'm glad that he brought that to this movie and didn't just go full Tarantino slash and gash and, and stylistic. Like he actually added a little of like the heart and soul you need to make a movie like this.
oh, wait till you see part 2. Oh, shit.
I can't wait.
To hear your thoughts on this.
So next we get the bloody dismemberment of the lawyer, and then she cars through the henchmen with bloody ease. So we get this unbelievably awesome looking scene of the bride flying to Tokyo, right? And Dylan and I were talking about this. This is like right out of Creature Double Feature, right? The plane, it just looks so fake and awesome. Like not fake and bad, fake and awesome. And at the same time, we see Oren and her posse on the move, right? So they're showing us these two scenes at once, and we're seeing these two missiles heading towards each other, and we know they're going to collide. And again, this is just great fucking movie making. It's building up the showdown, and it's the showdown that we want to see. It's Oren versus the bride, but we're going to get it in boss stages, like in a video game, right?
Oh, I was just going to say that Tokyo landscape that they show you when she's flying in, was a reused Tokyo landscape from Godzilla films, which I thought was amazing.
So awesome and so effective. And that's exactly how it felt. We get the ninjas with swords on Kawasaki ninjas. What could be better, right? We get the bride in her iconic yellow outfit with the fucking yellow helmet, with the fucking mirrored visor on her own yellow Kawasaki ninja. What could be better? Dude, I am in love with this character. She's like something from like Voltron now. She's turned into a Japanese superhero at this point, right? It's dude, it's stunning. She's a Power Ranger. However you want to fucking chalk it up. She's now more than the bride. This is where this movie starts to become mystical for me, okay? Like the character is starting to change before my very eyes. Now at the nightclub, the bride is right outside O-Ren's party room, and O-Ren can sense her. She senses her presence, almost like Darth Vader senses Obi-Wan on the Death Star. This is a feeling I have not felt in quite some time. She sends Gojo out to look.
Gojo.
And we get the yeah, she sets Gogo out to look. And we get this great shot of the bride on the ceiling above her. And for me, we're entering Jedi status for O-Ren and the bride. She is like fucking using the Force now at this point. She's no longer just your average bear, okay? She is no longer your average fucking hit squad fucking assassin. No, she's now using fucking the Force. Tarantino, he now has me chomping at the bit for this showdown we're about to get. Next, we get the bloody dismemberment of the lawyer. Then she cars through the henchmen with bloody ease. Now, I was almost excited for this fight with Gogo as I was for the fight with O-Ren, because Gogo, man, I don't think I've ever seen a 17-year-old tiny Asian girl strike as much fear into my heart as this one. Like, if this girl looked at you with like death in her eyes, I would be running in the opposite direction. This actress scared me. This character scared me. She was fucking awesome. And honestly, her fight was almost a little better than the fight we get with O-Ren, just as far as like an opponent goes. Like, she almost had her. But unfortunately, the bride obviously trained in the Matrix with Morpheus. And just like in the Matrix, the bride single-handedly kills 100 agents. 100 agents. Now, normally I would call bullshit here, right? But I am having way too much fun watching the henchmen being dismembered and rolling around in oceans of their own bloody spray, first of all. And I'm on board with her having supernatural powers. Fine. Great. Give it to me. Like I said, as soon as she puts on the yellow and the black outfit with the fucking mirrored visor, that's it. She's a superhero in my mind. She can do no wrong. And having the movie switch to black and white, back to color with a blink of the bride's eyes, brilliant detail. Over the top good. Ending with this scene of her looking over the room and telling everyone, get the fuck out of here. Believe your fucking limbs. They belong to me now. Oh.
Yeah, so they switched to black and white in that scene because the MPAA would not have allowed this movie to go through if it had been in color, all that red blood. So
good.
So they switched it to black and white. I guess if you saw this movie in Japan, it was in color the whole way through. They did not switch it.
Yeah, I ordered the Japanese DVD right as it became available. Yeah. Shocked when that happened. I'm like, oh my God, they didn't go black and white.
Tony, I saw you kind of squinting or wincing at my comparison to Star Wars, but let's not say Star Wars. Let's call it something else. I mean, these two women are next level, not just assassins. They have otherworldly powers, no?
All right. When you put otherworldly powers, it makes it sound Star Wars, makes it sound like silly, mystical kind of thing. Now, mystical, I guess, is the word I did want to use. I shouldn't say silly, mystical. It is almost mystical because, again, I don't know because they didn't tell us in the second one. I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh,
but there's some training stuff that she goes through. Now we know that at least one or two other of the Viper Assassin Squad went through the training with this master as well. if that is the case, it would make sense they all had that power because he taught them everything. This shit you're gonna see and them do in the next one, which is next level. It's not. It's Hollywood. It's Hollywood magic, not everyday assassins. You can't. You know, it's not going to work. But it'll make sense in the next one. I wouldn't go force. I would just say they had sense, almost if like they could smell pheromones. It's like their senses were so heightened. I would actually accept that as their reasoning, because when you meet Pai Mei in the next one, all bets are off.
But so here's why I think it has to go past that. Because in the scene where she's fighting the 100 henchmen, she's using some Matrix, like, I mean, it almost looks like the Matrix at moments where she's like running 3, 4, 5 steps in the air. Like she's moving like Neo.
Again, when you see the next movie, you will see who trained her and how he trained her.
I mean, did fucking Morpheus train her in the Matrix?
You will see when the first when he basically says, "You're a woman, you're a dog, you're nothing more than a dog to me. If you can land one strike on me, I will call you master." And she goes over to the weapons rack.
Wait, don't tell me.
Grabs the sword.
I've never seen it.
This is where you back down and go, all right, Tony, I'll take your word for it. It's not it's just mystical. Don't argue anymore. I'm going to spoil it for you.
This will be the week something like everybody will want to talk about Kill Bill Volume 2. I'll be like, what's been fucking 20 years now? You want to talk about it? Okay. So next we get the long-awaited main event, right? This is the main event. This is what we've waited for. Set in a Zen garden. Fucking what better place? This is the end of a video game. This is the end of fucking Mortal Kombat. It's fucking amazing. Set in a Zen garden, soft snow flurry.
The deer scare.
Oh, it's so good. It's set to spaghetti western, Japanese pop rock with a twist of funk. Fucking couldn't love this soundtrack anymore for this fight. My brain is overstimulated at this point. Well, I was saying this earlier, like everything is an overload. It's visual, it's audio, it's just everything is perfect in this. It's making, I'm so absorbed into what I'm watching. This, in my opinion, I want to say best kill in the movie. Let's call it the best kill in the movie, just because it adds that little bit of heart, into it. Something you don't see in Tarantino enough. She lives just long enough to know she's lost. Oh, the sword is so sharp. It killed her before she knew she was dead. Like, I just love that. It's magical. It's a fucking lightsaber. Are you kidding me? This is a hand-constructed lightsaber. Tony is now jumping off the ship.
Well, that's why I love the Hanzo scene, because what he says, he literally says, if you should happen upon God in your travels, and he examines this blade, he will be cut. You just created a sword that will cut God. It's like you can't say anything else about a hardcore sword than that.
God, so good. Well, you first scene where he sees see her chop right through one of the henchmen's fucking broken blasters on the fucking bridge of the Death Star. Just no problem going right through that thing. And again, we said it 10 times already, but it's just when they have that moment when she says, I'm sorry for belittling you. She said, it's okay, but you're dead. I love it. And this ending is one of the best endings I have ever seen, as the bride temporarily spares the lawyer's life so she can act as the witness. Oh, it's so good. This is like, you've seen this a million times. I can't pinpoint where, but it's, I can tell you where. I can tell you exactly where. It just hit me like a lightning bolt. I mean, it was after this movie, but this is fucking Usual Suspects. Kaiser Sose leaves one of the men. He doesn't kill him so he can start the legend of Kaiser Sose.
Kaiser Soze.
Oh, who gives a fuck?
Also written by Quentin Tarantino, the screenplay for Natural Born Killers, they always leave one person alive to tell the story. Mickey and Mallory Knox always leave a survivor. It's Tarantino's calling card.
Oh, it's so good. For some reason, it just felt so original and amazing here. Like, I guess I was just like blowing this movie so hard. I was like, oh, I've never seen anything like you before. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, oh man, did you just invent that? You're so hot. Yeah, the second movie was amazing. So finally seeing the bride's new kill list being written up as we get a quick montage of the villains on it, right? This is great. This is cliffhanger stuff. This is setting up next week, all you little Bat fans, right? We're going to see a little montage. We're going to get all the fucking villains she's got to kill in the next movie, what they're about, a quick look at their faces. I love it. I can't wait to watch her kill all these people. And finally, the cliffhanger that her daughter is still alive was the cherry on this amazing bloody ice cream sundae. I literally cannot wait to watch Kill Bill Volume 2. I mean, come on, guys. This movie was fucking brilliant. It was beautiful. Oh,
100%. Yeah. I mean, I will say the first time I saw it in that theater that time, I was like, oh my God, this movie's going to be a whole nother hour. Like, how are they going to do it over? What? This is only the first part? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I was so angry.
How long
angry
was
because
it?
I was so into it.
It's only about 2 hours long. Yeah, it's
Man,
only about
Right,
2
but
hours
I was
long.
thinking, I thought we were going to get the rest of the story. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
ending after Oranishi. I'm like, oh my God, we have to wait.
I felt like, and the testament to how good this is. First of all, the watch was very, very brisk. I never once looked down and went, oh my God, we're still going. And in fact, I think I could have watched them back to back. And it was so tasty. It was one of those things where I know I can only watch Kill Bill Volume 2 once for the first time. And I didn't want to spoil myself and enjoy all the goodness in one day. So I'm actually looking forward to watching this for our next podcast. Like, I can't wait.
I'm not trying to downplay it, but it's a whole different kind of thing.
I know nothing about it. Nothing.
Well, yeah,
Zero.
well, we won't spoil you. I'm just going to say that so like the Vernita Green scene is kind of like his take on the blaxploitation, and then obviously the House of Blue Leaves is his take on the Hong Kong action movie with swords. So when you move to the next movie, it's all kind of like spaghetti western-y, kind of like, so the feeling shifts definitely a little bit.
I can't wait. I'm so excited to watch it. But this one, I'm sure it's not as good as this one because this one's just that good, you know?
I like this one the best.
Yeah, it's hard not. I've grown to love the second one almost as much as the first, but come on, the first one moves it like it hits the gas and never lets up.
Yeah.
The second one, I feel there's a lot more lull.
Yes.
Because they have to give some answers to some things they've set up.
Yes.
And then once she gets to Bill, it's almost like the speed bump happens and you have to like, all right, we're just gonna let the engine rev for a little while. We'll get to it. I feel it dies and then builds back up. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We kind of really glossed over the amount of creativity that the Crazy 88 death was. I mean, it was very rare that anyone died the same way. This one had an arm, this one had a leg, this one split down the middle, this one had a hatchet. This one, and come on, let's give credit to the kid who she's like, this is what you get for fucking with your noses. Like
go home to your mother.
Yeah, when we saw him 3 different times, she stopped inches before she killed him 3 different times during that fight. Like she knew that he was a kid. And until she saw the light come up, she's like, all right, this is a real kid. And then again, so to care about this deadly assassin, sorry, it's an enemy. She should have killed him.
Yeah.
That's just wrong.
Also, shout out to Zobel, who does all of the stunts. She is fucking amazing. She literally cut that baseball in half for real. Like that wasn't like she literally did it for real. So
I didn't know that till I read the trivia.
Yeah, she's amazing. She does almost all of the really hard stunts. It's her. And that's part of the reason why that one scene is in blue backlighting, because that's all Zobel. Uma Thurman couldn't do the moves. So it's all her. So she deserves a ton of credit for that.
That's why he cast her in Death Proof, because she deserved her credit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they had to change that one scene to black and white to get it shown, but they were allowed to have that final scene when she's at the top of the stairs looking over the room of henchmen, and they're all just like, it's an ocean of blood. Everybody's missing something different. The limbs are all there.
And the one guy just dancing in a circle who has no eyes.
the old lady that owns the place shuffling through the blood, like trying not to slip on the disco dance floor glass that's just an ocean of blood.
And it's so funny too, because her husband, Charlie Brown, already ran out the door and left her there.
Yes. But I mean, that's a gruesome scene. That's quite a fucking boneyard of massacre.
Yes.
And the thing is, I mean, I didn't expect her to cut off Sophie's arm. Like that to me, like that was a legitimately shocking scene. It's like, all right, she's gonna like just hold her until she gets face to face with the rainbow. When she sliced that thing off, and the arc, like shot everywhere, it soaked the floor, sprayed the camera. I'm like, this is what. All right, it's on. Here we go.
Yeah, and I also really like the scene where she finally kills Johnny Moe and he lands in the water. It's very Scarface.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so Scarface. It's so good. I mean, I'm not a surgeon or a doctor, but I'm pretty sure that the lawyer would have bled out before she was ever the witness. I mean,
well, the other part is in the uncut version, she loses another arm. She wouldn't give up. She wouldn't give up any more information. She's like, all right, I'm going to take another one, and cuts her other arm off. She cuts both her arms off. So I'm like,
that's hardcore.
It is.
I mean, the only thing I'll say is the sword is so much like a lightsaber that it cauterized the wound as it went through, or it went through with such speed and such clean surgical fucking that it actually cauterized everything as it went through. But we know that didn't happen because we saw the arc of blood. So whatever, suspend your imagination, I guess.
Yes.
Maybe in part 2 we'll find out what the bride's name is. It won't get deeped out.
I know what it is, but that's okay. All right. So that's it. Unless you guys have anything else about the end of the movie?
No, good.
It's awesome. All right.
It's amazing.
Okay, well, that's it. That is our discussion of Kill Bill Volume 1. Very excited. Let's head over to the recasting couch. Let's recast this thing. I am going to replace Sonny Chiba, the swordsman, with Pat Morita. Pat Morita.
Pat Marinucci.
Whatever. Pat Summerall.
That'd be interesting.
Tony, what are you doing?
Me? All right. So knowing that it was like Deadly International Viper Assassin Squad, it was Divas.
Yeah.
Is what they were called.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, why is Bud there?
Why is there a dude?
Why is there a dude? So I'm thinking, all right, we gotta get Bud out of there. And I don't want to do. So basically, the only person I can think who would pull this off would be right. So we have tall blonde, short blonde, Asian, black. We have no Spanish. So what we need is a Spanish person. So like, all right, I know. No, I didn't even think of that. That would be great. No, I went differently because I went with John Leguizamo, but to Wong Fu. John Leguizamo.
Oh.
He's John Leguizamo in drag.
John Leguizamo, no, not in drag. He's gay.
Oh, okay.
And he's a crossdresser. So he's a crossdresser, which makes you think is Bill loves all his women. Mm-hmm. So it adds another level of Bill being bisexual going that way. So it just adds a whole new, because he gave Bud the swords like to the only other man I've ever loved. If we keep that theme to him, the only other man I've ever loved, adds a whole new level to what Bill is willing to do for his girls. So I think that would be great to still have the masculinity because he was kind of convincing in Tu Wong Fu.
Sure.
So, I mean, I'll just leave it at that. So now we have all the ethnicities covered. We have the gay in there. We get the cross dressing. That's where I went.
Can we have Danny Trejo in drag?
No, that would be nightmarish.
That would be nightmarish. All right, Delynn.
So I am going to pluck one Mr. Kurt Russell out of Death Proof and recast him as Bill because I would love that. I would really love that. I love Kurt Russell and
he's so smarmy.
Oh yeah. He's See, like I actually liked him in Death Race. I just didn't like how slow it was. It was too slow for me and it lost me with all the chit chat. But I still loved him in it because he was fucking smug and creepy and dark. And I would have liked to have seen him as Bill.
That would be great.
Yeah.
You win.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Good stuff. We are not going to do a alternate ending on this one because it's just too good. You can't fucking write anything better than
No.
this. This is fine.
No.
This is fine. And we didn't see the end yet. We haven't seen Kill
Right.
Bill
Exactly.
Volume 2. So
Maybe we'll do it at the end of the second one.
Yeah.
probably not, but we'll see. Let's head over to our rewatch scores. We'll get us started. So this movie, brilliant, start to finish, in every way possible. I absolutely loved it. I'm going to make this simple. It's a perfect 5. Perfect 5 rewatch score for me. If I could give it a 5.1, I would. Tony.
I can't give it a perfect. because
No.
That would besmirch Jaws and The Princess Bride.
Oh.
And this is not Jaws. This is not The Princess Bride. This is really close. And I probably have watched this and enjoyed it as much as the other ones, but I got to give it a 4.9999.
Okay.
Get just a little less.
Close enough.
Okay.
Close enough.
Just for he didn't have these original ideas. He took these from everybody else. He did create a story around them all, but I've seen every one of these scenes in some other movie somewhere else.
So you're really, I mean, Jaws, it's the authenticity, it's the originality, it's the pioneer of it all that gives it that extra little bump.
It's got everything you need in it.
It sure does.
That is true.
Glenn.
Simply because it literally has one of my favorite scenes in all of movie watching ever in the House of Blue Leaves, to the point that I wanted to buy a place to live and call it the House of Blue Leaves, which is completely ridiculous, but that's how much I love it. I'm going to give it a 5.
All right. Glenn, add those scores up. Tell us where this thing lands on the, did you ever see that movie list?
Okay, so it's number 2. Standing alone at number 2.
Wow.
What's got perfect 5s? I'm curious.
Okay, perfect 5 list is The Matrix, Star Wars, Beverly Hills Cop, Galaxy Quest, Lethal Weapon 4, The Thing, Ghostbusters, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Jaws, The Shining, and Good Will Hunting.
Lethal Weapon 4 feels out of place.
It really does.
Doesn't it?
I obviously wasn't part of that judge process.
No, you were not.
It feels out of place. It feels
right.
out of place on that list. What's
We could
number
always
3?
redo it.
Yeah, what's number 3?
No.
Deadpool. Deadpool is number 3.
I gotta redo my score. I gotta give it a 5. It belongs in that echelon, and it's Deadpool can be number 2.
Okay.
It belongs at the top there.
It does belong at the top. It's fucking amazing.
Now, part 2 is a whole different story. I'm gonna tear that shit.
I'm going to tell you ahead of time, I'm not giving part 2 a 5. So just so you know it ahead of time, I'm not doing that.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
We'll see though.
All right. I don't know what we're doing with Mikki and Tony next.
Yeah, I don't either.
2.0.
It'll have to be a surprise.
Yeah, I think surprises are good. So I put a video up of my cat playing chess in a short on my YouTube channel, right? So just type in cat plays chess and you'll see it. It's Mr. Jinx. That's my cat, Mr. Jinx. You'll see the short was posted by Dez. That's me. So yeah, give it a like, give it a comment. It got 500 views in fucking
5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it goes viral. It's pretty cool.
And we're struggling here.
Yeah, you'll hear me. I say, is that your move, buddy? And yeah, he's got it. He's got checkmate. No AI there either. The cat actually plays chess. Yeah. All right.
He's smarter than Dez.
And that will bring you over to my YouTube channel if you'd like to go over there and like and subscribe and listen to my music, my original songs and whatnot. It's all over there for you to enjoy. On our sister podcast, Violent Vinyl Radio. If you guys like hair metal, if you guys are from the 80s, 90s, I say just head over there and check out the channel. We break down albums. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of music going on over there. And the next album we will be breaking down is Asphalt Ballet's second studio album, Pig. So there you go. Go over and check that out. And we also just did Warrant's Cherry Pie. If you'd like to hear me just dance on fucking Janie Lane's fucking soul, then head over there and check it out, because I bite into Warrant pretty hard on that one. So there you go. Until next time, I just have one question for you. Hey, Did you ever see that movie? See you next time.